4.8, graphing quadratic inequalities. When we have inequalities, there's always going to be some kind of shading. So number one, we have standard form of an equation. We can see we have y is greater than instead of y is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 3. So axis of symmetry first, negative b over 2a, negative 2 over 2 times 1, axis of symmetry of negative 1. All right, so we're here. Plug in that negative 1 to get the vertex, and we end up with negative 4. Okay, from there we can use the pattern. So we have negative 1, negative 4, and we're just going to go up 1, up 3, up 5. Okay, this is going to have a dotted line, just like graphs have dotted lines when there's that less than sign without the or equal to. Okay, so it would be solid if we had that line underneath. All right, so we have a dotted line, and now we have to figure out which way to shade it. Okay, it's always either going to be inside or outside. Now, just like equations, it's above or below. So for this problem, we have above. Okay, above for a face-up parabola is going to be the inside. Below would be the outside. It's the reverse for upside down. So upside down, above is the outside, below is the inside. We can always plug in a point. So if we took the point 0, 0, for example, which is this right here, okay, and we plugged it in, we would have 0 squared, that's gone, 2 times 0 is gone, we have a negative 3 over here, the y was also 0. Is 0 greater than negative 3? It is, that's true, so the inside gets shaded. In this example, we have two graphs. So the first one is just the parent function. I'm not even going to go through all the steps of how we find the axis of symmetry and everything, because I know the parent function starts at 0, 0, and then just follows the regular pattern. Up 1, up 3, up 5. Okay, this one's a solid line. And we'll figure out shading in a minute. Okay, that is this one. Next one I will do in red. Let's see, we have negative x squared plus 4. So axis of symmetry, there's no x in the middle. There's a 0x in the middle. Okay, so 0 over 2 times negative 1 equals 0. Plug in that 0 and we get the vertex 0, 4. Okay, the pattern for this one is upside down because there's this negative 1 here. So down 1, down 3, down 5. Okay, upside down, and it's a solid line. All right, now we have to figure out which way to shade. Okay, now the first one is face up, okay, and it's above. It's a greater than sign. Okay, above on a face up graph is the inside. Okay, you could always plug in a point. For this blue graph, you can't plug in 0, 0 because 0, 0 is on the line. Right, the bottom one is upside down and it's below. Okay, let's plug in a point for this one. 0, 0 is inside this one for this red graph. Let's say we plugged in 0, 0. 0 for the y. 0 squared is 0. 4 left over. Okay, so 0 is less than 4. That's true. We're going to shade the part of the graph that's true. So we're shading the inside. The part that's shaded by both of them is this inside section right in here. Number 3, just make sure you know how to graph in both of these forms. I don't have all the steps. If you forget how to graph in Intercept or Vertex form, check the 4.7 notes or way back to 4.1. So the top equation is in Intercept form. We have intercepts at -2, -4. Okay, that tells us that we're going to have an axis of symmetry right in between them at -3. Okay, if we plug in a -3, -3 plus 2 is -1, -3 plus 4 is +1. Multiply those two numbers and we get a -1. Okay, follow this pattern. It's up 1, gives us the 2 points that we have as the intercepts, up 3, up 5. Solid line. Now below for this one is going to shade the outside. Okay, because it's a face-up graph. The bottom equation is in vertex form. There's a +0 at the end there. So we have a vertex of opposite same, so -2, 0. Let's do this one in green. All right, so -2, 0 is here, and then we're going to use that pattern. Up 1, up 3, up 5. So it looks like this. Okay, this one is above. It's face up, which means it's going to be inside. All right, so outside the blue one, inside the green one, they overlap in this section.